Are you navigating your life in the world and seeking guidance on how to faithfully thrive in every area of your life within God's will? You've just discovered your new favorite podcast. I'm your host, Stephanie Deal, and here we dive deep into mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, and financial principles that can help you build a strong foundation for your future. Join me as we unpack God's timeless word, practical tips, and inspiring stories, all designed to empower you to grow and succeed. Whether you're figuring out your career, looking for encouragement, or simply seeking wisdom, we're here to walk this journey with you. Tune in, be inspired, and discover the abundant life God has for us. Welcome to the Wellness Rock Podcast, where faith meets real life. Let's grow on this journey called life together. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wellness Rock Show with me, Stephanie. I'm so excited for you to be here with me today, and whether this is your first time joining me or your, 66th episode joining me, I hope you absolutely love joining me every week, and I hope that you get something from this. And I hope that if there's something that you are struggling with, that you will message me and share with me what you would love for me to talk about, because I would love to hear from you guys and hear what you guys are struggling with, or what you don't know what to do within a situation, and I'd love to just pour into you. So and just bring some truth and light. And if I don't know about it, I'm going to do some research and learn about it so that I can come to you and give you some knowledge. But what I really want to talk to you guys about today is the reality of being a business owner. Because I feel as if there's too many entrepreneurs that make it just look like everything's sunshine and rainbows. They didn't have to work for anything that they have, and that's far from the truth. Like, I wouldn't say that entrepreneurs do that, but because they do show that they work hard, but they don't talk about the hard things that they go through enough. And when you're an entrepreneur, like, it can be hard. It can be very, very hard. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to just throw a bunch of negativity at you guys. That is not what I want to do, because you know that I encourage people to chase after their dreams and to become an entrepreneur. And the whole point of this episode is not to scare you, but to give you light on what your journey is going to look like. But that's not to say that it's going to be hard and you're not going to get anything from it. It's going to be hard, but in the process, you're going to become the best person that you could possibly be. And that is the beautiful part. But the journey to get there, it can be tough. And like I said, don't get me wrong, there's so many beautiful things to entrepreneurship. There's more freedom, flexibility, independence, making my own schedule. Like, if I want to be able to take a trip, I can pretty much take a trip. Yeah, my employees have other jobs, some of them do, and I have to wrap my schedule around them sometimes and navigate it. But if there's something that I'm really trying to do, most of the time, I'm able to do that because I have a team and I've set myself up to be able to do that. And within that, I'm fulfilling my passion. I'm doing my purpose. Having the Wellness Rock Cafe, I get to meet so many people. I get to connect with so many people. I get to talk to so many people. And I get to pour into what I'm doing within my podcast as well. And I get to connect with new individuals to see where it takes my speaking career and see where it takes me anywhere on my journey. Honestly, my passion and purpose is helping women find their divine purpose. And that is what I want to do. I'm here to help you find your divine purpose in many avenues of life, because in order to be whole and fulfilled, you have to be okay in all your areas of life, or you're not going to be able to fulfill your purpose and your passion, because your mental's not going to be good. And so you're relying more on whatever it is. You're not whole, so you can't be everything to everybody. But when you are whole, you can accept new opportunities, embrace newer opportunities, go for more. You're able to have clarity and really pour into all these things as your best self. So there's so much financial potential when it comes to entrepreneurship. Like, your ability is not capped at a 25-cent raise every quarter or every once a year. Like, you can increase your pay as you grow your business. So, and honestly, like, the most important thing is about the impact that you get to make as an entrepreneur. Depending on what your business is in, there's a lot of impact that comes with it. And if you're doing it right, and if you're doing it Jesus's way, and being obedient to the plan and purpose that God has for your life, you're making an impact. You're going to make an impact regardless. So those are the benefits. There's so many beautiful things to entrepreneurship. But on the other side, and that's what this episode is for, is to, yes, highlight the beautiful things of entrepreneurship. But I also want to talk about the things that aren't so pretty, so that when you get into entrepreneurship, you know what's coming for you. You know what is up ahead for you, and you're not surprised. Mind you, when you get there, you're still going to be like, dang, this is hard. But there's beauty in the pain. There's beauty in everything that comes within that. So, like I said, there is so much beauty in being an entrepreneur. But on the other side, there's a lot of stress that comes with being an entrepreneur. There's a lot of pressure that comes with being an entrepreneur. All of the financial risks that you make, it comes back on you. You're in charge of vetting that process. Is this what is best for our business right now? Could this be something that we do in the future? How are we going to make this work? What is going to make this work? Do we need more people? Do we need this? Do we need that? What you are in charge of making that decision. And if it doesn't work out, guess who it falls back on? You. If something doesn't work out, guess who it falls back on? You. If something breaks, guess who they're calling? You. And like, these are the things that you get to understand when you're an entrepreneur. And I don't think it makes it easier when you even understand it, but I want to highlight these things so that other entrepreneurs listening to this know that they're not alone. Because I feel like when you're an entrepreneur, it can get really, really lonely, and you feel like no one understands where you're coming from, especially being a Christian entrepreneur. I feel like that's one thing that I've really struggled with as being a Christian entrepreneur, is like, when I make my decisions, it's based on, like, I've prayed about my decisions. I've read my Bible about my decisions. I've sought wise counsel about my decisions. So when I'm talking to another business owner that doesn't have God in their lives and isn't a believer, but they have a successful business, so like, obviously you respect their opinion, you respect where they're coming from, but they don't have God in their lives, you feel lonely. You're like, this person doesn't understand. This person doesn't understand where I'm coming from. And that can be difficult as like a Christian entrepreneur. So I've been praying heavily about that and really seeking like other Christian entrepreneurs, because it's so important to surround yourself with like-minded individuals who have the same beliefs as you, who are going through the same things as you, because you want these people to hold you accountable, to understand where you're coming from, to be able to ask them questions and them understand, okay, if you don't feel like God's calling you at this moment, that's that. And that is what it is. But if people don't have a relationship with God, they're not going to understand that. What do you mean, like, God said it's not the right time? Well, God said it's not the right time. I prayed for wisdom and that He gave me wisdom. Like, and that is what can be hard. You feel isolated. You can feel just so lonely. And it's truly so important to surround yourself with other individuals who understand where you're coming from. So like I shared, like there's so much beauty in entrepreneurship, and there's so much not so pretty moments, but they turn into beautiful moments. And that's what I really want to highlight within this episode too, is that entrepreneurship has its ugly moments. You're going to cry, you're going to feel broken, you're going to feel like you want to give up, but don't ever quit. That is one thing that I would never do, is quit. No matter what route I decide to take, I will never quit on my dreams. And that's the in-between that I want to hit on. That's the opportunity for learning and growing and connecting, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what you're going to learn. Ever since I opened my business, I've talked about this multiple times. I'm not the same person as I used to be. I've grown so much in this journey. I've learned so much in this journey. I've met so many amazing people on this journey. And if I didn't take this journey, and if I didn't choose this path, I wouldn't have met all these amazing people that I have met. I wouldn't have found my purpose. I wouldn't have found the purpose that God has for my life. And there's so much there's so much unpredictability. You can't always predict what's going to happen in your business. Like, yes, there are tools to prepare you, and there are tools to see what's going to happen, but there's also so much unpredictability. Like, let me just be real and vulnerable with you guys for a minute. These past like month or so, I've really been struggling. And within the past month, like, we've had a broken water heater. We've started a new collaboration with another company. We had to get a brand new fridge. Our internet broke, so we had to get a whole new router and had to figure that out. Didn't even work when it came. Had to figure that out. There's been so many things that have just been like boom, 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 and like the average person would not be able to handle that. And that's why, as an entrepreneur, you are a high level thinker. You have to be a high level thinker. You have to be analytical. You have to be a problem solver. You have to be adaptable. You have to be willing to adapt in all situations. But that some people may have that, but that is stuff that comes. These are all things that come as being an entrepreneur. And that's the beauty in it. That's the beauty in entrepreneurship. There's pain and hurt, but there's so much growth that comes through it. And if you decide to grow through what you go through, your business is going to be successful. You're going to be successful. You are going to become the best person that you can possibly be. And you are going to continue to grow and change and develop and impact so many people. I just want to share that there's so much wisdom that you gain. And if you pray for wisdom, God will give it to you. Wisdom is mentioned in the Bible 227 times. That's a lot. So I just want to share some scripture regarding wisdom. Obviously, I can't share all 227 verses that share wisdom, but I want to hit on a couple of them with you guys. So the first one we're going to hit on is Proverbs 2:6, and it says, I have my Bible here with me again. For the Lord grants wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. The Lord will grant you wisdom if you ask for it, but you have to ask for it. And we're going to get there in James. That's our last verse that we're going to hit on. But God will grant you wisdom. So I want to go to the next verse because I want to get to James. I love James. But Proverbs 3, I highlighted 13, so we need to go back to 3. So Proverbs 3, 13 through 18. Joyful is the person who finds wisdom and the one who gains understanding. For wisdom is more profitable than silver, and her wages are better than gold. Wisdom is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. She offers you long life in her right hand, and riches and honor in her left. She will guide you down delightful paths. All her ways are satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who